Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Whew, had an excellent rest yesterday. It
Yes.
was the Shabbat. I would like to open up today's podcast, YouTube broadcast, or wherever you're watching this with a deep and spiritual question. Are you baptized in the fire of the Holy Ghost?
Oh, goodness,
Are
you
you
going there.
baptized in the fire of the Holy Ghost? If you are, you have passed through the fires of Molech, you idol worshippers. Now finish worshiping your idol and enjoy the suffering you have coming.
You'll find that in Ezekiel.
No. You find it right there in the first 5 books. You know what I'm saying? You pass through the fires of Molech, baptized in fire. You deserve what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what's coming. It's coming.
The dirge.
No, it's okay. Take your time. All right.
Oh, you went there.
Going on, we're going to continue with reading the law. Leviticus
Yes. The
chapter
Levitical
19 and
rights.
1. For
Yes.
those who are ready to build a nation, a kingdom nation, right? A kingdom nation. Because first of all, you have to understand the law of kings to even be of a nation. Every nation has a king, even if it's a democratic one. Every democratic nation has a king. He may be hidden, but he's still king.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go with the law. And Yah spake with Moshe, saying, speak with the whole congregation of the sons of Israel, and say to them, ye shall be holy, for I, Yah, your Allah, am holy. Let every man revere his mother and his father, and keep the days of my Sabbath. Sabt. I am Yah, your Allah. Go not astray after the worship of idols, nor make gods for yourselves that are molten. So those are two different things. So let me back up. Let me slow it down.
Yeah.
Slow it down. I just dissed you. Let me slow it down. Let every man revere his mother and his father. So if you are of the seed of Abraham, you are to revere the words of Abraham. If you are of the seed and you come from the mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Zilha, Bilhah, Leah, and Rachel, if you come from these loins, then you are to revere them and their culture, their lifestyle, and all their choices. You are to honor and respect it.
So in Exodus 20, when the Most High had spoke about us respecting and honoring our mother and father, that's who he was talking about,
Yeah,
not our actual natural born.
it is your natural born, but it's only to a degree.
Oh.
You see, the worshipers of idols, the ones with the religious worshipers of today, all of them, with these ecstatic worshiping practices called high places, the Most High said, don't listen to any of them. Said, listen to my law,
Yes.
right? Then you have people who take the law and then try to mix it with the religious practice.
Oh, goodness.
You see, the king of every nation is assigned an angel. And that angel that's assigned to that nation created himself a God. So the 70 nations were all assigned fallen angels, Nephilim. So they all have a pantheon of gods whom they all serve in religious practices of a wide degree of variations. However, the Most High is king over his people, and all of the princes of Israel are subject to him and his law. We don't have ecstatic worship practices. We don't have narratives or belief systems. We have the customs of Abraham, what he did, how he did it, the life he lived, and how he lived it, and the rules that govern that to perfect us in it, known as the Torah. And all the prophets are telling us what to do to rebuild the nation of the Torah if you have the highest text, which comes from the house of Uziel. And they say, why do you keep talking about this Uziel when Aaron was the high priest? Well, it's because my family line was taught the laws from the scribes of the house of Uziel. His name was Jonathan, the Levite scribe. And so he was always keeping the writings with accuracy. And he taught my father, David, Daoud, because it's Daoud.
Yes, Daoud.
Rasul Daoud, my father.
Yes.
He taught him the law and to love it.
Yeah.
So now you have people who keep looking out the window at today, trying to make sense of it, trying to make it fit the law when it does not. And then seeing the wrong they've done and say, well, I am not punished. The key word there is yet.
Yes.
Because you're about to get it.
What I'm noticing is that a lot of people don't understand that our laws were already established from the very beginning. It was already spoken that the whole tribe of Levi was the priesthood way before they had understanding of it in the wilderness.
You're absolutely correct. So the law that has the detailed explanation is the highest law.
Yes.
All of the abbreviated versions or common law has low value because it lacks the details. It is for people who are within the culture because they can easily explain, they know what it is, they know what it means. But the ones of the highest detail, so people are sitting around acting like they know, talking about fringes and cords of blue because of a Roman, thinking they have and possess the truth. And yet, the kingdom is still scattered and unassembled.
Right.
They are believing that somebody is going to fly through the air on a winged horse, riding with angels on horses. Or they think the spaceships and the phenomena they see in the sky is the chariots getting ready to land and kidnap them to bring them back into the land. It's not happening.
No.
All the phenomena you see in the sky is the sign of the Most High breaking those nations' decrees, rendering them null and void. Why? Well, because I'm reading to you his law. So now he's causing you to look up and to take notice that something is changing in the world. So he says, when you see these signs, don't be worried about it. It is me canceling those nations' decrees. What? Yeah. This is being established. That's not. But I'm the rambling fool. But
Yeah,
I'm going to keep rambling.
I know that's right.
I'm going to be the rambler, the fool crying in the wilderness. Don't worry, some going to come and we going to build.
Yeah.
And most going to die. And when they start dying, I'll go viral then.
Yeah.
When folks start dying, I'm gonna go viral because then they're gonna say there is this guy who said this was going to happen.
Yes.
There was this guy who said that this was this, and everything that we're trying to do to fix it, nothing is fixing nothing. It's all getting worse. I think this guy was telling us the truth.
And many think that they're going to leave where they are, the Western world, and going straight into the land.
No,
And
you're
that
not.
ain't so.
No, you're not.
That's not so.
You're gonna get some processing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring some into the land, and others will come in and get there and cry because there's no provision. They don't know how to survive, and there's no survival. And how are we gonna do this? And they're gonna cry and be whatever. And I'll come. I'll show up with the provision. It'll come. Don't worry about it. One step at a time.
Yes.
Okay. So when you talk about the reverence of father and mother and the not going astray out of idols, this is clearly saying follow the ways of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Follow the instruction. The priesthood is given to Levi, but the priesthood is under the command of the house of Aaron, but it is
Right.
divided amongst all the sons of Levi.
Yes.
We'll get to that here in a second. Because I understand you're lacking details, which is why you need a teacher. But I understand y'all want to follow whomever and however and whatever and join. Go follow them. Because when you get to me, I want you to be at the end of the rope. I want you on your last legs.
Yeah.
I want you to have explored and run out of ideas because the problem is your own ideas. It's your fantasy. You don't know how to listen and hear truth and reason. So you lack reasoning. You're irrational because of your idol worship. Okay? So now that we've done away with that, for those who are going to build the kingdom with this law,
Yes.
verse number 5. When you sacrifice consecrated victims before Yah, you shall make the sacrifice acceptable.
Yes.
So there's a specific way for it to be done.
Yes.
There's a traditional way for it to be done. Okay? On the day that is sacrificed, you may eat of it, and on the following day. But what remaineth on the third day shall be burned with fire. So whatever I cook of meat, I kill it today, I cook it today, I eat it today, I eat it tomorrow. At sundown tomorrow, that's it. It's done.
Right. That means no.
So all of you eating Thanksgiving turkey for the week, abomination. You're nasty. You nasty.
What about frozen meats?
You're nasty.
Bacon,
Nasty.
turkey, ham.
Nasty. Today, tomorrow, that's it. Okay? Now, depending on the meats that you eat, right? Of the birds, the bird has to have a gullet. Okay? If it have a gullet, it's legal. So if turkey have a gullet, I don't know if turkey have a gullet, it's legal. All right? Chicken has a gullet, so it is legal. Pheasant has a gullet.
Yeah, turkey has a gullet.
Right? So turkey is legal. Of the beds of the pheasant family of birds, they're legal to eat. Okay? So, but you can't eat it past today and tomorrow. Kill it today, eat it tomorrow. So right now, if you're wondering, well, how do I get meat? Find the halal meat market. You are permitted to buy meat from your brothers, the Arabs. They know what they're doing. Prophet Muhammad is my brother. Okay? What God spoke to him is the same as what is written in the Tanakh, not the one these Jews have. The Jews have, not that one. But I have Barnabas here. Don't worry, my Muslim imams of great scholarly studies know what I'm talking about. I have Barnabas. So now that I know what the truth is, let me tell you, it's the same. The culture is the same. Okay? 10% different. Did you know that Israfil, the angel Michael, right? Did you know that Michael and Gabriel had a plan and have a conversation and they talk the same language?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's written in the book
Right.
that Jabril,
Yeah, okay.
Gabriel,
Yes.
and Michael, Israfil,
Who we're named after.
right, we're named after Israfil,
Okay.
who is Michael, the archangel Michael, and that is the angel assigned
Okay.
to us.
Yes.
And Jabril, the angel assigned to our brothers. They work together.
Ooh.
So though they took Islam and Jabril said, take them this way, it's this way to preserve the culture. And Michael, I will come in the end and perfect them with the law.
Oh. So 2 branches,
2 branches,
1 tree.
1 tree.
Got it.
So now they have a conversation. You know, to talk this language that is written in the Quran, they call it Quranic Arabic. Nobody know where it come from. I know where it come from. This is the same language Abraham is talking. This is the language Noah is talking. This is the language Adam is speaking. This Quranic Arabic. Nobody speaks it in the world. It's only recited within the Quran.
So what about this Paleo Hebrew and all this stuff?
The lettering, you can change the shape of the lettering. That doesn't count for nothing. The dialect, the pronunciation also, it changes depending on where people live because people have a way of stylizing how they speak. But the wording and the spelling, everything is the same.
So that's why Aramaic and Arabic are so similar.
Right. Aramaic is the source. It was before.
Okay.
It was the beginning. So
Oh,
when they're talking, the Prophet Muhammad is talking and he's speaking what the angel speaks to him.
wow.
I don't care if you tell me, oh, I found contradictions. I found this, I found that, so I have a problem. It's not perfect in your eyes. That's how you see it. Guess what? Everybody who finds contradictions, you'll find God not talking to them.
Yeah.
They have zero understanding, right? You know, according to this, everybody was given a script, and whatever it is you believe and that you are walking in, it's in the script. They're doing it. But I gotta continue because I gotta finish reading this today. Okay? So 2 days, you're gonna eat this meat. That's it. Today, tomorrow. Don't eat it after tomorrow night.
Verse 7.
But if it be indeed eaten on the third day, it is profaned and shall not be accepted. So you can go on ahead and cancel your offerings and your blessing for whatever was done by eating the meat on the third day. You just profaned everything by eating it tomorrow night. Day, sun up, sun down. Day finished. Okay? Sun up, sun down, day finished. Tomorrow, sun up, sun down, day finished. Tomorrow night, up, 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 up.
No more.
Hold on, wait a minute. What you doing? Don't eat this. It will profane your offering.
And you know, since being with you and Sheikah, and this is your life, the way you guys live and do, I can tell the difference by me now walking in that same way and no longer eating the way I used to, frozen meats and all this stuff. I can tell the difference in my body and in my health, my clarity of mind. I can truly, because this is the way we're to live.
Right.
I know the
Okay.
difference.
We'll be right back. So you see, the instructions are beneficial to us in following them. I'm not trying to explain or make something that's not right.
Right.
Even if it's wrong, I admit this is wrong. It's not supposed to be like this. And work towards correcting it. So if the problem is getting the meat from the supermarket, then we have to buy land,
Yes.
buy the animals, raise them so we can eat them for ourselves.
Right. And in the meantime, come over with them with your brothers
But
and
again,
dwell with us until we're
all
able
of
to
that is
do.
part of it. This is why I'm saying this is what we're doing here.
That's
so
right.
rather than complain and say, oh, well, I don't have the money for it, join together, get out of this country where they kill you for working together, and come join where you have to work together.
Yes.
What? What do you mean? What are you saying, Rabbi Sheikh? Don't think you're going to come over here and be an independent businessman. They don't have respect
No, they don't.
for individuals here. They respect organized groups of people and strong families.
Yes, they do.
If you don't have a strong family group and organization, you're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be a lone wolf. You must have a people here, which is why we are here to become a people. It eliminates individualism and you create a culture for a tribe, right? It's a tribal culture. So this fosters that. And now you will begin to have that. You know you have to do what's best for the community, and the community has to do what is best for you. All right?
Yes.
Verse number 8. And he who eateth it shall receive the penalty of his sin, for he hath profaned the holy of Yahweh, and that man shall be destroyed from among his people. So go ahead. Try it. I don't do this. I don't do that. She already told you. I don't eat meat past today. If I cook it, I'm gonna eat it right now. I'll eat some tomorrow. That's it. 3 o'clock tomorrow, it's going out. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going in the trash.
Yep.
Right? And we cooking something fresh.
Yes, and we buy meat on the day that we're cooking it. We don't do no
Right, because
frozen
we get
meats
what is killed today. Okay?
Yes.
That's why I'm telling you how to do it. You're gonna be like, but I can't. But I don't want to go to the store every day. You ain't got to eat meat every day.
Right.
I don't eat meat every day.
No, we don't.
I don't eat meat every day. I eat meat on occasion, once, twice a week. That's about it. Any other time, I have a really vegan diet. I eat it because it's commanded, and I do it sporadically. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not a everyday kind of thing. Who told you to eat meat every day?
Right.
What are you, a Levite?
Yeah, because only the Levites eat meat every day.
They have it every day, but you know, I'm not a Levite.
Right.
You're gonna get what I got when I got it, and that's it. And in the time that you reap the harvest of your land, whoops, you got a job. The wrong one. What are you doing out there with a job? You're supposed to reap the harvest of your land by law, so come on, join in. I'm trying to help you keep your law. Don't try to buy land somewhere else in another country. You're going to find yourself getting ripped off. I promise you.
Or not actually owning it.
You can own it, but if you own land in another country, right? Sure, they let you in. Maybe they give you some paperwork, but they constantly fleecing you for money.
Yeah, with taxes.
They look at you as a mark.
Wow.
You're from America. They know Americans have more money. You make more money than them, right? So they always trying to fleece you for that American dollar. They always trying to get you, and you don't have the protection of an organization. You don't have a large number. You're not a group. You don't have anything to stave off the bullying tactics. You don't have that. And you need that. When you come out here into the world, you're going to need strong family bonds. You have to become a cohesive unit to keep people from draining you out. Me, I'm affiliated. I'm telling you, I'm connected. I'm a Bedouin. I'm not anything of what you guys think of.
Yeah.
I am a Bedouin. I am a Bedouin prince. Okay? But I'm affiliated. I'm attached to my family, my lineage, and everything else. I'm telling you, I'm not like the rest. I'm not lost. So when I'm telling you what to do and how to do it, I've already been doing it for 7 years. I've already gone through the process. Now I'm taking you through the process. It's not about benefiting me. It's about benefiting you.
Yes.
Because right now I'm ashamed. I'm the crown prince of a nation of fools. They're all paying taxes and tributes to other nations. That is idol worship. You're not allowed to give to another nation. You're supposed to give to your own. You're supposed to give to your own leadership. But you don't have no choice because you're there. So now you have to give there and give here to build it so you can come into this. But you won't do it. You're too busy trying to look for profits and how to get rich today because you want big fancy, but you don't want to build it. You don't know how to develop it. You don't understand that the big fancy home is a testament to you tapping into resources. But we'll get there. So and in the time that you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not finish one corner that is in the circuit of thy field, and the full ingathering of thy harvest thou shalt not collect. So on your land, one corner of it is not to be touched. And you don't harvest the full circle of your land. You don't do that. Okay? So now this is teaching you the law of harvesting and why we do certain things. And that's because if somebody comes and they're poor, they don't have money, they can go glean. You go take what you need. This portion is set aside for you. I've taken what I need for myself, for my people. I've taken what I need to sell in the markets of the stores to make money. I'm good. I've got stores open. I'm good. You can go ahead on. You can take from whatever tree I know you don't have. There's no need to steal. There's a provision for you. Neither mayest thou shake out thy vines, the whole of their bunches, that the remnant of thy vines thou shalt not gather, and thou shalt leave them for the poor and for the strangers at the time of their collection. I am Yah, your Allah. So when you go and harvest, you don't go in and shake down the whole tree. You harvest the tree, you take what's good, and you just leave, the rest. If it ain't ripe, don't pluck it.
Right.
Did you hear me? If it's not ripe, we don't pluck it.
Right.
So now you go into the markets nowadays and you see all this unripe fruit and vegetables. Unripe. It's not even ready.
We ain't even supposed to be eating it.
You ain't supposed to be harvesting that. That's supposed to remain on the vine, and then somebody who is poor, they can just go up when it is ripe and take what they need. You did your harvest already. This is what's left over. You got the best of the best. You gave the priest a portion. This is left here for the poor and the stranger when they come rolling by. Oh, he's so hungry. Here you go. Just go out there, take what you want, take it home. Feed your family. No need to steal.
Right.
Sons of Israel, my people. Watch this. You shall not steal. You see? Feeding your family is a right among us, among people with us. It is our law. Everybody got to eat. So everybody got food. First of all, so you're not hungry. Now that you're not hungry, there's no need for you to steal, because you're not stealing to put food on the table, because it's growing outside. You can just have it. You see that?
Yes.
It's all connected, right?
You know.
We just went one verse. There was a blank space in between the end. See that?
Yeah.
It's connected.
Yeah. You know, as you're sitting here sharing about us feeding the poor and the hungry, I think back to the fast of Yah. And what we had shared a few videos ago, and how all the connection, you know, this is what we're fasting for. You know what I mean? To be able to do this, to fulfill this law, to feed our poor, to feed our hungry. That's powerful. It's very powerful. Very humbling too.
Now, it's about this right here. I know y'all gonna get mad at me. Sons of Israel, my people, you shall not steal, nor prevaricate. This word prevaricate means to speak or act in an evasive way, right? So I don't speak or act in an evasive way. I talk directly. I talk directly to you. We talk directly about what the problems are. We come with direct solutions. So we're not allowed to prevaricate, nor do fraudulently one man with his neighbor. So no scammers, no frauds, no schemes, no plots. The law is a full and complete instruction. It works one way. There is no other way. If anybody's going to have a problem with it, don't come.
Yes.
That's it. That's why the Most High not bringing you in here, because most of y'all plotters, schemers, and scammers, and the other half of y'all is word twisters. You learned it from the Europeans, so you want to play and twist words, and the Most High's like, nah, don't do that. Talk straight. You can't say one thing and mean another. You can't even put the words out in a way that could possibly be deceptive. Could possibly be deceptive. So you can't, well, said this, and that means, nah, that's deceptive.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you exactly what it's saying. Ain't no deception in it. Nobody want to clip and snip up my videos and say, yo, this brother's deep and profound. Want to know why? Because it ain't deep.
No, it's not.
It's straightforward.
Yes.
Okay? Sons of my people, let no one of you swear by my name in vain. Let me tell you about vain. This word vain comes from vanity. It means out of nothingness, attached to nothingness, nothing of substance. If you're going to say the Most High's name in conjunction with what he said, you're going to need to have the works behind it to prove what he said. You're going to have to be doing it. Also, you're going to have full instructions, detailed. The manuscript have to be detailed. It can't be vague. It can't be
Something you have to try to figure out.
It can't be obscure.
Yeah.
The Most High is the most powerful. He is the true God, unlike anything and anybody else. He does not have to hide information.
Right.
He's going to tell you straight up what it is. You may not understand it until you see it, but he's going to tell you what it is.
Right. You might not like it, but it is what it is.
Which is why I've been saying what I've been saying for a long time is you're wrong because you won't accept the detailed manuscript.
Yeah.
You're chasing whatever you want to believe because you want to believe it, and you actually have permission to do so. You want the Most High going to save us? You sure right. He going to give you salvation?
And you know,
and rest in the dirt.
and as well as it's difficult for people to accept this because it is so straightforward. They don't have an opportunity to play as though they have greater wisdom or greater knowledge to feel above everyone else.
Right. It explains itself.
Right.
You see? You can't even just get one of these books. You have to get the entirety of all of them. You have to get the entirety of the collection, which I have. And in getting the entirety of the collection, I have now compiled all of the information, being a scholar, seeing what the information was, and diligently going through the text.
You know, our viewers don't quite understand the benefit of us having this opportunity for you to share this with us because there is buku money you can make for what you're doing. You can make money to give these types of lectures, and for you to be doing it freely really shows us your character and your love for the people. I just wanted to share that with you.
I mean, some people don't know. If I was to give a lecture to the Jewish people of what this is saying, they would pay me $3,000 for an hour. For 1 hour.
And we're getting it for free.
And I'm giving it to you free over YouTube because it's not for them. It is for you. If I even told them this in truth, they have to pervert it to adapt it to them about what they can and cannot do and how to make it function to rule over you. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
So now I'm telling you so that you can do it. I'm telling you so that you can do it. You say you're the children of Israel. I know I am.
I know I am.
You have to prove it by becoming the perfect people of the book.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have to get out of the lies of the fire that you're in. You're giving your children over, your firstborns and your sons and daughters over and creating them, making them subject to a foreign government. That government is a foreign idol. It is a foreign image. But you don't believe me though.
It's beyond skin deep.
So you may not take the Most High's name in vain to profane the name of thy Allah. I am Yah. I know y'all want to say Yahuwah and Yahweh and whatever else. I'm going to tell you what it says in this book. Because the scariest part about this book that I have found in my 7 years is that it's real.
Yeah.
It is so real and so practical, I'm terrified to my core. You don't understand the fear of coming in contact and face to face with a real God, the real God, that will tell you everything behind the scenes, everything behind the curtain, what to do, how to do it, what is the root cause, and how to go about it step by step. He tells you everything. However, you cannot absorb it all at one time. In actuality, what he tells you is take this one step, and then he reveals the next step and refines you over time, always repeating the same instruction with greater and greater understanding until you understand it at his level. And I'm telling you, it's terrifying.
Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, it's terrifying, the reality of it, right? I own land in Israel. I own land in the U.S. Now we're getting the contracts ready to go in and purchase land here in Jordan. But this one is different. This land is to process you, have a processing center, because we're starting to gather you from the nations and start teaching you before we go into the land. Because we're going in.
Yes.
But when we go in, it's going to be organized. It's not a mob.
Right.
We're going to be organized with military rank and structure. Well, I know some people just got scared. I said military.
Yeah.
They scared now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going in with military rank and structure. We have to move accordingly. Even when you came out of Egypt, you came out military rank and structure, ranked and filed in military order. It is the only way to move a large group efficiently. So I have to, again, honor, right? Remember, we just read this today? I have to honor my father and how he did things. So now Rasul Musa, the prophet Moshe, he did it this way. It is the only way. And everyone who wants to move these people has to do it the same way. Joshua did it the same way Moses did it.
Yeah.
The judges did it the same way Moses did it. David did it the same way Moses did it. Solomon did it the same way Moses did it. Ezra did it the same way Moses did it. You have to move rank and file.
But we got a little bit more added tactic through food. Beating our plowshares.
You're going to see.
Ooh,
One step at a time, you're going to see.
Yeah.
Verse number 13. All right. I'm only on verse 13. Right? So I'm unlocking and unfolding these verses to you and showing you the connection in between them and why they're in this order. Thou shalt not be oppressive hard upon thy neighbor, nor take away by force. So again, you cannot be oppressive to your neighbor. You cannot push them down. I'll be right back. So you cannot be hard or oppressive toward thy neighbor, nor take away by force. Okay? You cannot do it.
Can't do it.
So you can't take away something from somebody by force. Okay? You can't take it from them by force, and you cannot be oppressive. So we don't have oppression. So you can't crack the whip on your manservants and be beating on them and all of these crazy ideas. Nor let the hire of the hireling be remaining all night at thy side until the morning. So you're going to have hirelings. So your servant is paid. Okay? And what he is to be paid, he is to be paid that day. Daily wage. Work today, you get paid today. Okay? But Rabbi Sheikh, how does this work? Because it says they're supposed to go out with great substance when they leave. You're absolutely right to go out with great substance when they leave. So the way this works is the person works today, they receive what they need for the day. Their family eats. They have housing, shelters, maybe a little bit of money to go on top, but their provisions are generally met. Okay? Medical provisions, you have to provide for them as well. They're part of the system. When they leave at the end of X amount of years, whatever the agreement is for them to receive at that time to go back to their country, they go at that time with that. If they leave in the Jubilee, they will receive a stupendous amount of wealth, silver, gold, whatever the agreement is, because these people are working with you to prosper you. You have to give them what they need to prosper in their countries. So if somebody stays till the Jubilee, when they go back to the country, they need to be at the level of a lord or a king or a ruler. They need to go back and dominate a region of land. They have to have that ability coming from you because you were the king that received that portion. Right? So every man of the sons of Israel is a prince, just on his level. Why? His family have land, he's entitled to an inheritance, and he is the ruler over that portion of land. But that man is subject to the ranking file system of the law. So he may have 10 sons. Now he's a what? He's a captain of 10. Among his sons may be a appointed leader, but he give the word on who's going where and what's going to happen. Once they go into another level up, say the community level, then to a city level, then to a regional level with multiple cities, there is a ranking file system. It's not a free for all. All you have to do is come in, learn, because you will be ranked and filed by your understanding and your perfected walk in this law. You'll be surprised. People can't understand the basics. Thou shalt not, verse 14, thou shalt not curse one who heareth not. See, you cannot curse somebody because they don't hear. Okay?
Yes.
You can't curse them because they deaf. If they can't hear, they can't hear. That's it. Nor set a stumbling block before the blind. You cannot set stumbling blocks, traps, practical jokes to people who don't have vision. Not allowed. But shall fear thy Allah. I am Yah. So again, you can't say stuff behind deaf people's ears, and you cannot set visual traps for the blind. It's not funny. God don't play that. Thou shalt not act falsely in the order of judgment, neither accept the face of the poor, nor honor the face of the great, but in truthfulness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Now, most people right here fall.
Yeah.
So you either feel sorry for the poor man and don't judge correctly, or you have honor for the rich man and don't judge correctly. Rich, the poor man, I don't feel sorry for him. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Wherever the judgment sits, it sits. Done. The rich man, same thing. Right is right, wrong is wrong. He can't pay me, he can't bribe me, so it don't make me no never mind. You wrong, you wrong. You can take your money, you can go. I don't care. I don't need it. It don't put food on my table. The Most High does because I have land. I grow my own food, so I don't need you. Right? There's not enough silver to make me violate my law. What are you, crazy? This is the problem we have now. Everybody want to cry about corrupt politicians, and everybody who becomes a politician becomes corrupt. Why? They just want their turn to receive the bribes.
Quick question. Can you explain when it says thou shalt not curse? Because there seems to be a misunderstanding about the word curse.
All right, so you can, it's speaking harshly. All right? There's a difference between speaking because you are hurt or angry, and actually talking about somebody. Okay? I'll give you a demonstration. Okay? If we are discussing something that happened and it happened to me and I am emotional about it and I say, I hurt, I was outside and this happened, I fell down, man, I bust my dang on and I cursed me, right?
Okay.
I'm not talking against you or anybody or whatever else. I'm speaking from my emotion. This is not cursing. Okay? If I say so and so is, whatever I say after that, it gets real sketchy. You got to be careful right up in here because I'm talking to a person about a person. So I have to be careful. There has to be respect here. Right?
Okay.
So if I say this person, it seems as if they are not considerate of my property. Okay? They go through my garden with their flocks and they're eating all my food, the animals. Why don't they take the animals where they're supposed to go over here? You see, that's the difference.
Okay.
So this word, this cursing, I can't say that so and so is effing deaf and they so dumb and no. Can't do it. Okay? So a lot of this you have to understand communication and what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. And the line is, am I talking about a person or to a person? I need to be very careful here because right in here is where we fall into problems.
Right.
Okay? So coming to the next point, chapter 15, thou shalt not act falsely in the order of judgment, neither accept the face of the poor. Okay, we did that. But in truthfulness, judge thy neighbor. Thou shalt not go after the slanderous tongue, the gossiping goonies. That's right. You know them gossiping goonies. It says don't go after them. When somebody's up, they all aboard with them.
Yeah.
And when they down, they all pointing fingers. Sideline Sally. You can't do it. It says the slanderous tongue which is cruel as a sword that killeth with two edges, in uttering false accusations to afflict thy people. That's right. These false accusations, it afflicts your people.
Yeah.
So here you are, and you're supposed to be a queen, and you're supposed to have hirelings, people working under you, but they can't work for you when people are slandering and afflicting them. You can't build a nation with a slanderous tongue. There's a difference between making a truthful accusation and a slanderous one. A truthful accusation is only what I saw. Well, I was washing the window and I saw the mailman go into the building. I was out there washing the windows for a good 30, 45 minutes, just in the front, making sure all the windows was clean. And the mailman came out. I don't know what happened or what was he doing inside. I don't know, but he was in there for 45 minutes.
Right.
It was a little odd, so I took note of it.
Right.
That's all I saw.
Right.
See? That's a truthful accusation. What you saw, I saw this. It was about this much time, and that's it.
Yes.
Not my suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
Not how I feel. It's just what I saw.
Right.
Whatever he's into, this my statement about what I saw this day, and this was just on this day, and that's it.
Right.
And the other day I don't know about.
Right.
So you don't have to slander somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
Thou shalt not hinder the acquittal of thy neighbor in witnessing against him in the judgment. I am Yah. Okay? So if somebody is innocent, but you just want to see them suffer, you cannot break up accusations against him just because you want him to be guilty.
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Here's my favorite. Y'all gonna love this. Verse 17. Speak not bland words with your lips, having hatred to your brother in your hearts. You know what bland words are?
No, sir.
People always pointing out the problems and never working toward a solution,
Whoa.
right? So going to the UN repeatedly, that's bland words. Because with the buying power of African Americans, you could have left by now. Having hatred to your brother, people don't understand how deep this is, because I'm sitting here and it's time for us to build our own nation by buying our own land back. And somebody says, well, why do we have to buy it? Everybody else that's the problem. You have hatred towards your brother. So because I'm saying it, you don't want me to prosper in it. Because I'm telling you that it is an offering. You're going to give it, and we're going to grow it, and it's going to remain within the community. You don't want to contribute because you're afraid somebody else may get something that you're not getting. You have hatred toward your brother, right? Because I am king, you don't want somebody to be over you, but you don't know nothing about nothing and hasn't helped anybody achieve nothing or escape from nowhere. And why should he be king? You have hatred toward your brother. Right? You don't like this guy because he's wearing a red scarf. And you don't like that guy because his scarf is purple. And never mind them blue scarf guys over there. All of you have hatred toward your brother.
In your heart.
In your heart, your mind, you infected with it like a parasite. You have hatred towards your brother. If you have a religion, you have hatred toward your brother. I don't have a religion. What are you talking about? You read about sacrifices. So what? Every animal that has to be eaten must be sacrificed. It must be killed. Every plant that has to be eaten, it must be sacrificed. It has to be killed. Yeah, that's right. I said it. So even in trying to point out, Charleston White, he has hatred towards his brother. He's talking about selling his brothers out to the white masters, right? All of these popular leaders, Brother Polite and Dr. Umar, anybody telling you to go down and file for a status change and becoming a Moorish person by filing paperwork with the government, they have hatred toward their brother. They are teaching you ways to sell out, and you're trying to perform different spells and incantations by filing these strange paperworks to affiliate yourself with an enemy that is oppressing your brother, and now you feel you're better than them sitting next to them because you got a stamped piece of paper. Hatred toward your brother.
Ooh.
But reproving you shall reprove your neighbor, and though it make you ashamed, you shall not contract sin in account of him. So I'm reproving you right now because I'm reading you the law, regardless of where the situation is. Yes, I told you, I'm ashamed. I told you this from the beginning. I'm ashamed because I'm the crown prince over a nation of fools, a nation that invests all around the world the money that they are working for and refuse to come and build their own nation. There's a price to pay, a punishment from God coming for this. I've been telling you that for years. Every time I tell you, the punishment comes, and it's always worse than the last time, and everybody thinks it's okay. It's not. Everybody tries to explain it away. You want to explain God out the equation. Don't worry, it's going to become more and more apparent that it is the Most High. Be not revengeful, nor cherish animosity amongst the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor himself. You love your neighbor, yourself, not as yourself. You love your neighbor, yourself. I love my neighbor. I take care about them. I make sure that they have what they need. And they make sure that as I am going about my day and doing what I need to do, that I have what I need. And we understand if I owe him, I pay him what I owe him as I can. And he accepts it because he understands I can only get it as it comes. As though there be cause of hatred with thee, thou mayest not do evil to him. I am Yah. So even if there is a cause, a reason that we dislike each other, I'm not allowed to do him no harm or permit harm to come to him. No. They're still my neighbor. I don't like him, but that don't give nobody the right to mistreat him. There is a God.
Yeah.
You shall keep my statutes. Thy cattle shall not be made to gender with various kinds. So this type of cattle is with this. We don't make the cows mingle and sleep with the sheeps for experiment and make the sheeps sleep with the deers for experiment. We don't do this. Cows, lambs, goats, everything separate. We don't let them gender and mingle sexually like this. Neither sow thy field with mixed seed. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
So now people, you're going to understand, as we buy land and spread it out, the person growing a particular thing is going to grow that thing. He may grow something complementary to it. There are some plants that they grow with other plants. They have a relationship.
Right.
This is not mixed seeds. These two have a relationship. They need each other to grow well. You'll see this another time. Right now, you're going to take my word for it. However, if a person is growing olive trees, they're going to have a field just full of olive trees.
Yes.
The person growing grapes is going to have a field full of grapes. You're just going to have a lot of it.
Right.
Why? Because it makes this person integral to the community, and that you don't have you trying to grow everything and be an individual. It also makes you to prosper.
Right. Because you're the only one growing that.
You may not be the only one.
Right.
But again, you're growing it. This is your thing. We have so much variety and so much that need to be grown. Everybody have to grow something. And this also provides you in your off seasons.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm growing grapes and I have a mountain of grapes and this all I grow, when the grapes come in, everybody is getting grapes. I'm taking some, I'm making grape juice. I'm making wines. I'm making all of these things that come with the grapes. And then people are coming and they're making an exchange with me for other materials, rice and flour for the same grapes, oils and balms and medicines from the same grapes. So everybody is getting from these grapes what they need.
Right.
Right? And now I have what I need from them in trading these grapes. So when the off season comes and there's no more grapes, I'm not without.
Got you.
I can shop freely among my brethren and take whatever I need, because when the grapes come in, you're going to take whatever you need. And there is a equal measure.
Got it.
Nor put on thee a garment of diverse materials, such as wool and linen. We'll be right back. Okay, we back. So you can't put on a diverse material such as wool and linen blended together. Okay?
Okay.
This doesn't mean you have on a linen garment. Now you can't put on a wool overcoat.
Right. No, it's together.
It's together. All right? If a man lie carnally with a woman, and she be an Israelitish handmaid, about to be made free, and betrothed to a free man, but her redemption not altogether be completed by the payment of money, and the written instrument of liberation not having been given to her, let the inquisition be made for judgment. She is liable to be chastised, but he is not. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read this again. If a man lie carnally with a woman, if they have sex, mutually agreed to,
Right.
outside of marriage, and she be an Israelitish handmaid, So, and she be an Israelite's handmaid. So this is a daughter. Whether she be the daughter of the family, the daughter that just works with the family, for the family, she's adopted in, or because this is, you have to understand this handmaid thing, right? So we adopt daughters into families, right? All the women are handmaids, and they all are grafted in or made a part of the family. And then they are all ordered by the mistress, the wives of the master of the house. Did you hear that? So all the daughters are handmaids, all of them. But they are all placed in order by the wives or the mistress of the house. Now, this handmaid, this handmaid, this particular one,
Right.
is about to be made free. So, what's going on? It's the year of Jubilee, right? She's about to leave. Or she is betrothed to a free man. What's a free man? So, if she is betrothed to a manservant and he have a earring assigning him to a family, he is treated as one native born. He is a free man. Everybody else is just here on 6-year or less visas. They have permission to come, to live, and to work, but they are leaving in the year of remission. They are in the year of remission. It may have already started to be coming in, but they cannot stay longer than the time period allotted. They are just here for work. They are getting paid, but they are just here for work. So now this man she's about to go to this man and he's about to be free. But her redemption, not altogether completed by the payment of money. So this man is supposed to pay her dowry. He's still working on it. Right? And the written instrument of liberation not having been given to her. So now she doesn't have her paperwork to go and be with this man. So she doesn't have, like, we've given her to this man and we have the agreement of everything. So the agreement, the daughter gets a copy of the agreement between the men. Right? There's an agreement between the men about you taking this daughter and what she's supposed to receive and what the dowry is supposed to receive, the whole entire exchange.
Is that like a ketubah?
Something like it.
Okay.
It's similar, but it's not like what people make it is today.
Okay.
So what this daughter receives, there may be deeper agreements involved.
Okay.
Right? So she's about to go with this man, okay, but we agree that if she have a son or a daughter, that daughter will marry somebody else in the family, or it can get deep.
Okay.
But there can be future agreements made. You know what I'm saying?
Like a contract.
It's a contract. You can have a trade agreement, a business agreement.
Right.
There's a lot that can go behind the marriage. Okay? She is liable to be chastised. But he is not. Now you say, well, why is she liable to be chastised? I'm going to tell you why. He have his agreement in place. And he knows what the stipulations of the agreement is, and she knows. She's not supposed to carry herself over there.
To the free man.
Right. She knows she's about to be free, and she's jumping the gun.
Right.
Okay? Okay?
Yes.
She knows she's about to be married. She's jumping the gun.
She needs to wait till everything is taken
She
care
has to
of.
go through the full and complete process.
Got you.
Okay?
Yes.
The next thing
But
is,
it all on 20, but it all.
but it shall not be considered a matter of putting to death because she was not altogether free. Okay?
Okay.
So he's sleeping with her before he's married her officially. But we're not going to put them to death because he's going to marry her anyway.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So what we're going to do in this time is we are going to chastise the girl. There's going to be some fine or some punishment laid, and we're going to continue with the process because she was going to be freed to him anyway. Right?
Yes.
So you say, what are you talking about? I'm like, what? We don't have loose women in the street. She's either in the father or the master's house or her husband's house. She was going to be made free, which means she was going to this man anyway. Okay?
Yes.
And the man who lie with her must bring his trespass offering to the door of the tabernacle, a ram for a trespass offering. So now, on top of whatever he needs to offer for the marriage, the wedding, and everything else, now he have to bring this extra trespass offering. It cost him something.
So is it the man that
Same dude that she lied with.
Okay.
The free man she lied with.
Okay.
So now she has to lay a trespass offering for this man.
Okay.
He have to now give a trespass offering because he has trespassed.
Okay.
So now you see this is a trespass sin.
Yes.
Just because you are betrothed to her doesn't mean you want to slide in and jump the gun and lay with her. Because it'll cost you. Right?
Okay.
That's expensive.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This lamb for a trespass offering, and the priest shall make atonement with the ram of the trespass offering before Yah for his sin that he hath sinned, and the sin that he hath sinned shall be forgiven him. Now the fault he has to give. So now it's her fault. She's just getting chastised. She's a stern warning. We read the rules. You know, she's going to receive the chastisement for the shame she did this thing. She's still going to marry him. He's going to pay for the crime, though. Okay? He's got to pay. Look. She's to be chastised. He's got to pay.
Okay, and that's the one.
The man that lied with her.
The one that lied with her.
Right? But it's going to be forgiven him. Does that mean that this is something that this man should do? No, because if he does it again the next time, it doesn't fall under this category because it had been made known of this sin. This is a one-time deal. Uh-oh, it's getting to the good part for me. And when you have come into the land. So that means that this rule is predicated on you receiving it before you come into the land. And have planted any tree that may be eaten of, you shall verily circumcise the fruit of it, so you don't eat the fruit of the tree for 3 years. 3 years shall it be for you rejection, to be destroyed. It shall not be eaten. So when we go into the land and we plant trees, it takes us 3 years. Now this is trees. I'm going to explain it again. This is fruit trees. So we're going in, we're continuously planting fruit trees for 3 years. Continuously.
Right.
You don't stop planting, you don't put the tree there and wait. What? You don't put the tree there and wait. The tree sits there and you continuously planting trees for 3 years. But 3 years you don't eat the fruit of the tree.
Right.
Okay? You just let it fall to the ground.
Okay.
It water the tree, you care for the tree, but for 3 years you can't eat the fruit of the tree. So now it poses a question. What are you going to eat for 3 years when you come into the land if you can't eat the fruit of the trees? See, now you understand why you have to come here and get some preparation. We have to build here first because there's a transition that has to be made.
Right. So if we already have fruits and vegetables and all that stuff here, when we transition those 3 years, we can eat from here.
Right. You take from here, you feed the people there who are working. You make deliveries. You feed yourselves from yourselves.
Right.
So you have to come here and build this to even go into the land, because when you go into the land and you have to plant trees, you can't eat those trees
Right.
for 3 years. And in the 4th year, all the fruit of it shall be consecrated, a token of praise before Yah. See that? Delivered for the priest to be redeemed from the priest. Now, I'm going to tell you this again. So here's my question. What's happening in the 4th year that all the fruit is being gathered by the princes, stored up, and only the priest eating? No. Everybody is eating. This whole 4th year is sacred. So while we're gathering all the fruit of the land is to be redeemed by the priest. And everybody will share in this sacred portion. So we got here on one pocket. When we go into the land,
One pocket.
and the 4th year, the priesthood being reinstalled, we have one pocket. But after that, we start to divide out and parcel out the land, because now, since we built it up for 3 years, we can now move into people, and the people who have assignments will have these areas that they're working in, and now they only have to give the 20% to the priest to keep doing their job. But the priests are not without.
That's right.
But here we go. But in the 5th year, thou mayest eat the fruit of it, for produce will be increased to you from the heavens. So this will cause us to have more food in the 5th year. I am Yah your Allah. You shall not eat the flesh of any sacrifice while the blood remaineth in the veins. You shall not be observers of auguries. Now, you don't know what auguries is. Let me go on and help you. Fortune tellers. You shall not be observers of fortune tellers. That's the harvest vision, the horoscope. That's the this new visionary thing.
New Age.
New age, light workers, dark workers. None of this. We don't need it. We have the prophets. You don't need a fortune teller to tell you, oh, this next year is going to be better than the last. And you don't fortune tell it yourself neither. You work of witchcraft, you. After the Sanhedrin of speculators. That's what you after. You shall not round off the sides of your head. You do not shave, taper the sides of your head, nor shave or line up the corners of your beard. You don't like how I look because I don't taper? You got a problem? You got a problem with this? I'm not crispy. I'm not clean. I'm not handsome. Huh? I'm looking rough. I'm looking indigenous. Yeah? Something wrong with you. You're the one who's ugly because you're the one who has to change how you look.
To fit in.
You have to change how you look because you ugly. I don't have to change nothing. I was made with perfection and light. The hand of God was perfect when he made me. I need no enhancement. And the corrupting incision for the soul of the dead thou shalt not make in thy flesh. No tattoos for the dead. No markings for the dead. We do have what we do when someone is passed. We feed somebody in the name of the dead.
Yeah.
We don't do these things. Neither set upon yourselves an inscription by the incutting of any figured or figurated sign. I am Yah. No more tattoos. If you got a tattoo, so what? It's finished. You got one. You did it. Okay? You didn't understand. You didn't know. You didn't hear this. You didn't read this yet. It wasn't proclaimed yet in the earth. I am telling you now. Go get you some henna. But don't engrave it or incut it into your skin. Okay? You shall not profane your daughters to give them up to fornication. You shall not profane your daughters to give them up to fornication. That means you have to give them a husband. You're going to have to arrange marriages for your daughter. You don't like it? You feel like it's an invasion of her right of choice? I don't care about how you feel about it. You have to make an arrangement. She don't know how to pick. So if she don't know how to pick and you're telling her to go pick, you're giving her up to fornication.
Wow.
You did it. You knew she desired a man. You knew she desired a husband. You didn't coach her and lead her to the man that was appropriate. And you're supposed to do this in her virginity. So what? He's older. So what? If he's keeping the law, he's treating her good, she has everything she needs, then it is well with her. Now here you are in today's society, all of you are fornicators. You're all sleeping around with all of these people, and none of you have nothing that you need of. Because you need a nation and you don't have one. Neither delay to give your daughters, you give them, unto a husband in their proper ages. What's the proper age, Rabbi Sheikh? Y'all gonna be mad when I say it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, they gonna be mad.
You're gonna be mad when I say it. But according to the law, the proper ages for a daughter to be married is over the age of 12, 13. Anytime, but over this age. Now, what makes it proper? Well, you have until this age to start to betroth her. Okay? To betroth her doesn't mean she gets married right then, but you need to get them betrothed and have them promised out. You have to have your agreement in place about how she's getting married. What's her marriage plan? That has to be in place. Then you can see by her age of development where she is and how this is working, because the son may or may not be ready. Okay? We'll be back to finish up this chapter. All righty? So you give them in their proper ages to a husband. This is, you start making your marriage plans for her when she's about 12.
Okay.
Okay? She may not be married till she's 16, 20, 21, 25, 30. I don't care. But the discussion about it has to be made at 12. You have to keep your daughters pure.
Yes.
You have to keep them in the house, in the family. You have to keep them from going out and becoming
Fornicators.
hoes.
Yeah. Yes.
Lest they go astray by fornication after the people of the land. And that's what has happened. You have adopted
the ways of the nation
and made fornication okay.
And now we're filled with whoredom.
We are filled with whoredom. And the land be filled with whoredom. See? The land is full of hoes. Your land is full of hoes. All right. Verse number 30. The days of my Sabbath you shall keep, and go unto my sanctuary with reverence. I am Yah. See? So on the days of the Shabbat, you go to the sanctuary. This is not for a class
or service.
You're just coming for the prayer. That's it.
No, what's that? Ecstasy worship?
No ecstatic worship.
Ecstatic. Yes.
Okay? We come there, we have a corporate prayer, and that is all. Okay? It's a house of prayer. And you come in here to pray, and you go back home and rest.
And this is also where you bring your sacrifice as well for the Sabbath day.
Right. Even if you're going to bring that, right, you have to understand, because the priest is doing the sacrifice at dawn and the prayer of the day.
Okay.
So that have to be brought in before. If you're bringing it on the Sabbath, bring it alive, because you can't do no work.
Right.
So now, if you're bringing it on the Sabbath, you're just bringing it alive to give it to the priest, and the priest is just going to take it and put it in the fence. We can't do anything with it.
Right.
And don't bring me what you killed yesterday either. Okay? Bring it alive on the Sabbath. And we just keep it. The priest will make whatever's needed to be made on that time, in that day. Go not after those who inquire of impostors. You know what imposter is? It's a pretender. Someone who follows someone who pretends to be someone else. Like these Jewish people, if you're going after them, those are imposters. If you're following after an actor, this is an imposter. These musicians, they're just imposters. These religious leaders and public speakers, these government workers, agents, they are all imposters. And this is if you are of the stock of Israel, one of the sons of Israel. The sons of Israel, you need to listen to me as I'm speaking this law with the details, to come and learn, to have your nobility, to build the community, to organize ourselves in rank and file. Because your current leaders have become imposters. Why? They will not do what the Lord says to do and build your nation. They have you waiting for an idol, a graven image. What? A graven image is a narrative. It is a belief. Do not go astray after those who inquire of impostors or bring up the dead. You see that?
Yeah.
Or those who interrogate the bones of Jaddua. Now you say, it says, don't go after those who interrogate the bones of Jaddua. Well, now I got to tell you a story. So, a long, long time ago, there was a man named Laban. Laban killed an innocent man. His name was Jaddua. And he would place money and gold into the mouth of this dead man's skull, and he would salt it with salt and incense and receive instructions from this man who was innocent, who was said to have entered into heaven. Along the years, this ideology has permeated throughout the world as Laban, who was a master of ideology and religion, spread it throughout the Eastern world. He gave this religion to India and to Babel and to Egypt. So all the Kemetic sciences come from Laban,
Who's also Balaam.
who was called Balaam. He is the enemy of the stock of Abraham. Okay? Neither be ye inquirers with them. So don't even ask them for any information, for any truth, for any type of understanding. Don't quote them. I don't want to hear what they said. To pollute yourselves thereby, because it pollutes you, the listener, when you listen to them. Thereby I am Yah, your Allah. Now that's all your teachers, all religions, all religious leaders, all government officials and government leaders, all of them who now have the stock of the children of Israel in their possession. You shall rise up before the aged who instruct in the law. You shall rise up, stand up before those who are older and who instruct in the law, and honor the presence of the wise. So you stand up to greet them and honor the presence of the wise. So when the teacher walks in, the sheikh, the wise man, the king, the prince, any man, you will stand up to greet him. And fear thy Allah. I am Yah. If the stranger becometh a sojourner and settle among you in your land, you shall not molest him with hard words. If the stranger, anybody, regardless of race, come to live with us and settle among us in our land, nobody is to molest him with hard words. But he who sojourneth, who lives among you, shall be treated as the native born. He will be treated as us and will abide by our laws, customs, and traditions. He will not be permitted freedom of religion. And just as you are not permitted freedom of speech, neither is he. Nobody will have any of these things because there is no molestation one way or the other. And thou shalt love him as thyself, and thou shalt not deal with him as if thou didst hate him. For you were sojourners in the land of the West. I am Yah, your Allah. So that explains that. We treat him as one of us. He's accepted among us. We will enjoy his company. He will enjoy ours. But he's here to live our laws among us, our way. So when everything is closed, it's closed. That's it. This is how we do things over here. If you want to live with among us, you're going to accept our culture, our laws, and our way of doing things. Don't bring your religion with you. We are like this. You will be with us in this. You will enjoy in this. Okay? It's not multicultural. The melting pot is over. You wanna be and you wanna conduct business, you will accept our business culture and our business rules.
No doing your own thing.
Can't do your own thing among us. Now understand, we bought the land, we own the land, and you're coming to live with us. Our land, our rules.
Yes.
My house, my rules.
Yes.
That's why we buying the land. We have control.
Yeah.
You shall not deal falsely in the ordering of judgment, in the admeasurement of summer and winter, in weight and measure. Understand what I've just said. You shall not deal falsely in the ordering of judgment. So we're going to judge the rules by the rules. We're going to take actions and deeds and judge them by actions and deeds. That's the end of that. We will not, in the measurement of summer and winter, we're not changing it. It's not going to change. We have a fixed calendar. If you don't know what that is, you're going to have to come in, join us, and join the watch, because it must be watched, but it will not change. It's not based upon solstices and these other things. It have a time and a season, and it is fixed according to it. No, it's not with Gregory. No, it's not Ethiopian. In weight and in measures, you cannot deal falsely. There will be a fixed weight and measurement according to the law and how it is supposed to be. So there is no stock market to gamble because the value of something is going up and down. That is a fake fiat currency. That is unjust weights and measures. In heaping up or in sweeping off. So when you're giving somebody something, you cannot deal falsely when you pile it on and try to make a even swipe. And you swipe off, and now is the indent and in there. And
Right.
you don't do that. You give somebody something, it should be a little over the top, and that's it. Okay, it's more than what you paid for, but we're giving it to you for the price.
Okay.
But balances of truth, weights of truth, measures of truth, and tankards of truth shall be yours. I am Yah, our Allah, who brought you redeemed from the land of the west. And you shall observe all my statutes and all the ordinations of my judgments and do them. I am Yah. And that's the end of chapter 19.
Plain and simple.
Now, this video is going to be broken up. By now, you'll probably see it into a bunch of parts. But you guys enjoy fighting with the memra because I broke it down to you, so now you know. And whether you do it or you don't, it's your life.
Right.
Ever since I found this 7 years ago, right, seated and living on Mount Zion, which is in Tel Aviv, not Kenya, right? Ever since I was there, where the house of David was, this book was brought to me there, and it has proved true. And I have been in fear of my own life from turning away from it ever since I've read it, because every time it says something to do it, there's always this opportunity to do it. I have always done it, and those who have turned from it have always suffered life-threatening penalties. But I've seen mercy always being applied if they were the children of Israel to give the opportunity to change. Most have not. And things have continuously gotten worse. Well, now that I presented it to you, you have a choice to make. You have to decide whether or not today, in hearing this, you're going to put your hands to the plow, join in and rebuild your nation, or continue in your way, watch things get worse, and then remember on the day where calamity comes to you and say, you know, I wonder if I should have joined in with that brother and that sister building that nation.
Distress. It's coming.
It's coming. So, one step at a time, one day at a time. One step, one step.
One